Hey folks, this is Ethan from 123 Reset Rebuild Revive, talking about depersonalization, derealization, say that 3 times fast, or DPDR, and a little bit about my experience with it, and what have I done to kind of help with that, or what has lessened it, or lessened its effect on me. So, you know, first off, I just want to say thanks for watching, and make sure to like the video, subscribe. It helps to spread the word about this tension myositis syndrome and mind-body syndrome. So make sure to do that. Get the word out about that. But yeah, let's jump right into about my experience with DPDR, and I just want to say I've never been diagnosed with DPDR, but I experienced what people would kind of associate with the symptoms of it, right? So what is it exactly? It is a feeling, or like seeing your thoughts, your feelings, your sensations or symptoms, like your body not as your own, right? Or kind of looking at yourself as like a third person, right? Third person point of view. And so my experiences with this is more when I'm under stress, or I am, I'm having a lot of like physical sensations or symptoms in my body, and I tend to kind of zone out and see myself kind of like looking down, or not really seeing myself as myself, really. And it's kind of a really scary situation when that happens. Make sure to comment and let me know what you guys have experienced. I'd love to hear what your thoughts and feelings on it. So but yeah, when I would experience it, I would start freaking out. My sympathetic dominant traits would go through the roof, and I ended up panicking, end up with a panic attack or whatever. It was a scary situation, right? Now, the more I have matured through this and gotten more perspective, and kind of have learned to accept my sensations and symptoms as not physical abnormalities or structural issues, or any body issue, like physical body issue, then I have been able to kind of tone the sympathetic dominant traits down a little bit, and worked more into the parasympathetic, and able to allow myself to get out of this DPDR a lot quicker. So a big part of doing that was, a lot of what was being triggered, a lot of the reasons I was experiencing that was the physical symptoms, right? So, by kind of leaning into those a little bit more, and not, trying to push those away, having a little bit more openness and a little more grace, and really love towards myself. It may sound weird to some people, but just giving yourself a little bit of room to be like, yeah, this really sucks. That actually really helped a lot. Like at least 50% better just from doing that. Now it still leaves like 50% unresolved, but hey, that's a lot better than I was doing just like 10 minutes ago. So that was great. And then the other things that I have done would be like maybe some journaling, or like some drawing, actually. Now I don't really think of myself as a great artist. I am not a good artist at all, but I would say that just learning to draw a little bit, practicing drawing, looking at YouTube videos on drawing, has been really helpful. Just sitting down and doing that for like 10 or 15 minutes tends to get a lot of the focus out of myself, out of my, my physical body, and putting it on the paper, right? Or any kind of like emotions or thoughts or anything like that I've been going through, and just kind of putting that on paper really seems to help. I think sometimes journaling helps more for others, and then sometimes drawing may help other people. So I think it just really kind of depends, and maybe both might work for you. So give that a try. Some other things, obviously, probably going to therapy would be helpful. I would advise anybody who's have any kind of mental health issues, make sure you try and seek out a good therapist. I know sometimes money or insurance could be a little bit of an issue with that, but keep trying. So I know there are certain numbers and stuff you can call where you can get access to some free like therapy sessions. So if I see that, I'll definitely make sure to include that in the video. Other things that I would also mention that are worthwhile and into looking out as far as like helping with this DPDR is one, not giving up on the being physically active part, because a lot of I spent a lot of time kind of in shutdown, which is kind of like, it's not a great place to be, because you would spend, or for instance myself, I would spend a lot of time not doing anything and then I would end up on my phone or researching the internet for answers to things that may not even have an answer to, right? Like, maybe these physical sensations, like what does this mean, right? Maybe it doesn't have to mean anything. Maybe it's just your body trying to get your attention and be like, hey, you're in a tough spot right now. So that's why I said about giving yourself some grace and some room to just breathe, right? So, I think that's going to be a huge thing, is not spending a lot of your time, if it's like winter time, wherever you are, it's like really dark, still trying to make sure that you're doing something physically active. Now for myself, I had to be really careful with not overdoing it, because sometimes that increase in heart rate, or the physical sensation of a lot of movement or shaking could trigger like some of these physical sensations that I was getting, and then that would just further feed into the DPDR. So sometimes you had to be really careful with that. Mine has gotten a little bit better since I've going through some trauma work, because I had a lot of trauma involving like taking care of my dad, for instance, because he was without having to pick him up and move him, and just a lot of like physical activity surrounding that. So anytime that happened, I had a lot of anger and sadness, and all the emotions coming up. So that's why it was really difficult for me, being physically active. So just be careful if you do have any issues with that. But don't be afraid to go for like a walk, or I ended up getting like one of those little mini trampolines, so doing that was really good. At first I could only do like 20 seconds, and then I ended up being able to do like 5 minutes on it. It's great for your calves. It's great for moving your lymphatic system, and then also just try getting like a bike or something like that, because there's a lot more interval training. So you have like, you got to pedal uphill and then like downhill, or like you can just kind of coast a little bit and kind of recover. So I think that was a really good thing to try, and it's a lot less impact than like, say, maybe hiking or running or something like that. So I think that's about all I got for now, but I really appreciate y'all watching all the way to the end. Make sure to like and subscribe if you did, so you don't miss any future videos that I put out. Because I really like talking about this stuff. I enjoy telling you all what my experience has been, kind of where I'm at now and where I hope to be in the future, and where I hope you guys are in a better place than you are now. So anyways, thanks again for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.